Hi everyone, Tom from Black Templars Studio. Hope you're doing well. It is time for a Black Templars army update, specifically my Black Templars, not just Black Templars in general. The last video I did for this particular series was back in October 2022, so quite a while ago. Now, it doesn't mean I actually haven't been painting any Black Templars. I've done a few models since then. And more recently, you may have seen a couple of them pop up in a series that I dubbed Painter's Block, because I've been going through quite a, I suppose, a serious ability to paint, not being able to paint, I should say, mainly because I just hadn't felt the mood take me. Now, what I had decided to do was to do a 10-part video series on that. However, because I feel like I've kind of gone past that point, I'm going to now split these videos back down to where they should be, which is army-specific videos. So this is my Black Templars. I've also got some other ones coming up, but I won't go into that here because I'm pretty sure if you've clicked this video, you're here to see Black Templar stuff. So, the update in October 22, but I believe had the kind of intention to paint a Sword Brother squad. Now I can confirm to you that I have done that. So without me rambling any further, let's go and have a look at the models that I have completed between then and now. Alright then, so here we are. We have a Sword Brother squad. Now this has taken a little while to get done, because obviously, as I said, I think these were grey when I did my last video in October, and to be honest, no paint really went on them until this month, and we're now in May 2023. Now, they took a little while to do, and I've still got a couple little bits to do on it, but it's, when I say that, it's mainly the kind of the pauldrons for the shield things, because I haven't decided what I'm going to put on the shields yet. So I'm probably going to put some transfers on or something like that, but I don't know what I'm going to do that right now, and that'll probably be in the next update when I do that, and looking forward to sort of just to showing you the finished off part there. However, from a painting point of view, I'm quite happy with how these guys have turned out. There may be a few little things I want to do with them later, but I'm sure you guys will point out anything that I've missed. It's been a little while since I've done a Templar video, so I wanted to get these up because I was quite excited to do that. So we're just getting a little bit closer here. So obviously Sword Brethren have an absolute multitude of weapons they can choose from. So all these guys are armed differently, and that was mainly just so that we could sort of experiment with army lists at some point and run them all a little bit differently. So we have a mace, we have a thunder hammer, we have a power sword, we have a set of lightning claws, and a power axe. So yeah, can't really complain with choice. To be honest, these models are really, really nice, and in fact they were a bit more annoying to paint than I thought they would be. But you know, that's just the way these things go. So I'm going to turn these guys around quick so you can see the back of them. I hadn't just painted the front. I'm sure you'll believe me though, and you didn't think I was going to be hiding that and having a joke. But there we go. So there's the capes on the back, which I was very happy with how they came out. So yeah, they are really enjoyable to paint, and I think I will get some more. I mean, obviously the advent of 10th editions turning up around the corner, so I guess I'm going to see kind of where that goes from what I want to, kind of where I want to take the Templars in the future. I will go through that a little bit more in a moment. However, this is the painting side of it. So these guys are all done. Let's not knock them over. So we're going to just push them out of the way. Off the side here, and we're going to bring in a few models that I had done between now and then, which I just haven't ended up in any of my videos because I just haven't filmed any. So the first one, which is the one that I did, I think around about probably Christmas-ish time, a little bit beyond that, was my Empress Champion, Bayar's Revenge version. Now this was a lot of fun to paint. In fact, I was quite surprised it didn't get me back in the mood to do more regular painting. Don bought me this as a present, and you know, I couldn't leave it in the box and not have it done. And overall, really fun thing to paint. And I have actually purposely also left it detachable here so that I can remove and use it possibly another base, or if I want to, change, maybe even change the thing around that it's killing. Because I thought actually there's an opportunity for that, and because the pose is quite nice to sort of line up with something standing over the top of it. It made sense to leave it off. I might put a little magnet in there just to keep it stable, because I have noticed that having used it in a game recently that it does tend to fall off if moved at high speed. But you know, overall, very happy with this model, and yeah. So this was another. So it was obviously my second Empress Champion for the army. Maybe we'll have a third. I don't know. It all depends if they bring out any other variations of it, or if I fancy modding another one up. So anyway, that was the Empress Champion. Now we also had two other characters that I managed to get done, which are out of the box set, and that is the Marshal and Castellan. Now these two I've been very, very happy with actually. I love the Marshall model. I do kind of wish I put the helmeted option on, but I wanted to try it without, just because I seem to think this comes up in some of the art quite regularly, and you know, it's quite an iconic character, this one, from artwork that if I remember correctly. Big flowing cape, which I've done with a red and white split on the tabard as well, which came out quite nicely. Plasma pistol and a power axe, which I've actually been running with the Perdition's Edge in a live stream game recently. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It was Wordbearer's Black Templars, always a good hustle against each other. And then obviously we have the Castellan, another very famous bit of artwork. In fact, actually, if I just zoom up over here, you can see, I think, pretty much where it was inspired from, which is this little chap on the front here. Pretty cool. I went with my slightly varied paint work on it because yeah, it just suited my Templar theme basically. And overall, very happy with this. Very fun one to paint. Lots of detail. A bit more than usual for a sort of standard Templar model. You know, mainly because I mean the chest piece alone is just very, very heavy set. You know, and I just love the fact that it's slightly different to some of the other kind of Marine lieutenant types, because, you know, I think everyone, including myself, agreed, even being a Space Marine collector, I think there's a few too many lieutenants out there, and it was nice to see kind of a break from the standard lieutenant form, because obviously this is very Templar specific, and very happy with how he came out. Like the little addition of the combi flamer in there as well, just to give him a slightly different sheeting power, and obviously the power axe. Right, well, so that's where I'm at the moment. So let's discuss where we are going with the Black Templars. All right, so that's what I've done so far. So that's a few months of work there. It got quicker towards the end of it, so I'm happy to say that I'm painting a little bit more regularly now, which is good. And you know, where do we go next? So I have an impulsor I need to do, which is not even constructed yet. So that's one of the primary things I'm going to concentrate on, because actually I believe that's my last unmade Templar model that I have currently, because I haven't really been buying any recently. So that'll be the next thing. I need to kind of decide what I want to buy to expand the army out. There will be some stuff. I just, you know, with 10th edition around the corner, I've kind of sort of sitting on my hands a little bit before I purchase anything too much, because I want to see how things change in the range. Potentially if there's any new models that come out for Black Templars. You never know. I don't think they'll be around the Advent the 10th. But you know, moving forward, there might be some more conversion kits and all this kind of stuff. You never know. So what I'm probably going to focus on doing is taking things like my very old models. So as an example, I've got 3 Vindicators, which I kind of want to repaint in my new paint scheme, just like I've done with my Dreadnoughts. Because having looked at them, they're looking a bit tired, and I kind of want to just, you know, give them a bit of a spruce up, bring them in line with what I'm trying to do. And it's the same with going back over models that my paint styles changed over the years, and just giving them a fresh look. I mean, I've got a lot to do, so it's going to be one of those things that once I finish all the unbuilt and painting ones, which is obviously just the impulsor to go, I'm going to start concentrating on that, and then add in new models as and when I feel the urge to purchase some more. I mean, I've got things from a collection point of view that really need a lot of update. You know, I've got some drop pods which I'm obviously going to come into much more use. I've got my Land Raiders I need to redo, because they are, you know, I don't think they've even seen the light of day on a battle report in the last sort of 4 or 5 years, because I just have they never fitted into a list properly for me. And you know, now with the fact that I can put any Space Marine model in it, which is great up to obviously a certain degree. I mean, I know there's still restrictions on size and of armor and things like that. However, it's not restricted to the fact that I can't use certain models which I've collected recently in those models, which is really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to trying out some transport shenanigans with some of the Primaris Marines that I can now put in the vehicles. So yeah, but the next update, I'll probably have the impulsor ready, and I'll be looking at you know, what models I'm going to start to repaint. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'm sorry it's been such a long time since I've done a Black Templar update. I promise you there will be more this year, and I'm going to be pushing myself a little bit harder to get those updates out for you. If you like our content and you want to help us out a little bit, please give us a like and a subscribe. It means ever so much to both myself and Dom. And also, if you can use one of our links in the description to purchase anything from Goblin Gaming, they'll appreciate it, we'll appreciate it. And I look forward to hearing any of your comments below. Thank you very much for watching. It's Tom from Black Studios. I'll see you next time.